So going up these stairs, again, boob light. A lot of them need to get removed. I'll put in a new banister at some point, but this was all carpet up here. And this is where the wood floors stop. We had new carpet put in upstairs before we moved in. I'm really breathing hard. 7 months pregnant, people. This is Harriet's room. There's 3 bedrooms upstairs, 1 bath, like kids bath, and then like the primary bath, and that's attached to the primary room. And so they had carpet up here, and it was literally looked a lot like this. It was more shaggy, but it was kind of gross, to be honest. I know that they had washed it, but like there were areas that were just crunchy, weird. Probably was original carpet, so it was at least 20 years old. So we had it replaced before we moved in. This was another kind of like quick pull the trigger, okay, let's just get new carpet. And we found this carpet, which is like a creamy colored 100% wool carpet. It's really soft, and we splurged on a bit nicer natural material upstairs because this is where we'll spend a lot of our time, and kids on the floor, and I don't know. I just thought a wool carpet, especially if we could get it on sale, was going to be like a good option for us up here. So I'm really glad we did that before we moved in, because the idea of putting carpet in and moving stuff around after we moved in kind of sucked. And then we scraped the popcorn ceilings again. Oh, I forgot to mention, because we did all the floors in the main level and upstairs, we actually replaced all of our trim as well. So we had the really short, very standard trim that you get, which is like 3 inches or so in most homes. And we upgraded to like a 5 something, maybe 5.5 inch trim. It's one of my favorite. We did the same thing in our previous house. Instead of painting it, we just replaced new trim. It's relatively inexpensive. I mean, you're still gonna buy trim and put it all in, and it can be expensive if you do the work yourself. Obviously it's cheaper than if you hire somebody to install the trim for you, but I was not gonna be able to install trim with Joel in this entire house, so we had somebody else do it. But especially like the ceilings in this house are decently sized and taller, so the short baseboard just made it look really short. So the taller baseboard just really modernizes it and kind of helps to be in scale in line with the height of the ceilings in our home, and is something that I think people maybe like overlook when they're redoing a house, is replacing their baseboards. We didn't do any of the casing around the doors. We left all of those the same and painted it. But the baseboard, just replacing that to a taller baseboard, I think just adds a lot of modern touches to your home if you can do it. Yeah, besides the ceilings being scraped, new hardwood floors, and then like painting and the new baseboard upstairs, we haven't really done anything. We didn't do anything structural to this entire house. It was all cosmetic with the exception of closing up that one door. So in Harriet's room, we just painted it this really beautiful, it's like a brown, purple, not translating well in this camera color. It's more purple in real life. Go to my Instagram, you can see a better version of it in my Instagram versus in here in the lighting right now. But this is kind of a quick layout of Harriet's room. Nothing too crazy. Just put in lots of hand-me-down furniture and different things like that. This bed was a Facebook Marketplace find that we refinished and removed the old finish, and it's like this beautiful raw wood finish to it now that I just think is so beautiful. It's a Jenny Lind bed, so if you're ever looking for this, you just like Google Jenny Lind like on Facebook Marketplace or Craigslist, and there where I live there's actually like a decent amount inventory of them, but know that they come in pretty limited sizes, so like a twin, a full, and occasionally you can find it in a queen size. And then I want to replace Harriet's boob light in here, finally put some artwork up there, and you know, just finishing touches in general. We ordered new blinds because these are blue, not my vibe. So then there's the stairs. And this is the future baby room, which I didn't do anything spectacular in here. It's a total mess because Harriet has found his toys again, or what were her old toys. So in here, what we've done is, again, scrape the ceilings, has the same continuous carpet throughout the whole space, new trim. And then in the closet, Joel and I recently redid the closet insert in here. In all of our closets, they're the very builder grade generic wire racking. And it was just one wire rack at the very top, just totally not very useful in functionality in my opinion. So what we did the other weekend was replace the closet kit in here. Ta-da! So it used to be like one wire rack that was like right here, all the way across. This middle part right here, I don't know if you can hear me over there. So the middle part over here is just like a kit from, I think we picked it up from Lowe's. And it comes with like poles that are adjustable, but the poles are kind of cheap and I didn't really like them. So we just bought like wood poles and then screwed it into our walls and into the actual shelving unit there. So we have long storage over here. So like, I wanted it to still be functional. Like if we didn't live here, you know, if somebody else lived here and they wanted like dresses or needed long things. But how I'm gonna use this eventually, this is all like baby clothes from storage that I need to clean and go through. But in that bottom area there, I wanna make eventually like a cozy little reading nook in their closet, which I think would be cute. I'm gonna do the same thing we're gonna do the same thing in Harriet's room. But then they will at least have like one bar of clothing that's gonna be accessible at their height eventually, so that they can use it and get the clothes out of it as they want. And they have some shelves that they can get at too. And then they'll have shelves up higher where I can store things that I don't want them to get into, and clothing I don't want them to get into. So this I think will be a huge improvement. We still have to do the one in Harriet's room as well, and hers will get the full like cozy reading nook thing in there. And I think this just makes the closets immensely more functional. All right, and then it's just like a lot of leftover furniture. It's all the like stuff that was in Harriet's room. And I painted this room white. Not because I am super boring, but because so I painted this room white because I couldn't decide. With Harriet's baby room, I think Joel had to paint it 2 or 3 times because I got super indecisive about colors. So I decided to keep it simple and paint it white for now. And when he gets a little bit older and more of his personality develops and stuff like that, and he can have more say in his room, like Harriet did with hers, like we'll go for it and we'll add color and fun stuff and everything like that. But I think I like designing a really simple nursery, I'm realizing, and then going and doing a more fun, exciting design for kids, because the nursery vibe can kind of, I feel like they can outgrow it so quickly. Where I like the idea of maybe redoing the room when he's like 2 or 3-ish or something like that, when he just has more say and more personality and interests and stuff and colors that he likes, and we'll go for it. Harriet's room, baby boy's room, bathroom. So this is like essentially their bathroom. It is all very builder grade. Absolutely nothing has happened in here but a new shower curtain for a small amount of time. I was trying to convince Joel that we should redo this bathroom before the baby came, and now I'm 7 months pregnant and I definitely don't want to do that. So I might do a few things in here, like hang some artwork. We might replace this mirror and those lights and that like faucet, maybe, we'll see. But I was ready to do a full scale, like redo all the tiling. Glad we didn't take that on because, yeah, time goes quick. So nothing has changed in here, really. And then we get into mine and Joel's room, which is slowly coming along, and I absolutely love the vibe we're at right now. This is the most beautiful bed from Article, and this is also a bench from Article. And I just think it adds like those amazing Scandi vibes. We're waiting on nightstands from a different company that are taking forever to get here. hung up some beautiful, they're almost like a caramel, like they remind me of like a deer color, and they're like velvety curtains, which I need to hem still. This really nice rug that just kind of grounds this area. This this bedroom's actually, I think, pretty darn big, so it just helps to add some grounding aspects to our bed. I think the rug just is able to kind of give this kind of a grounding area and just make it kind of feel like this is the bed area, and that kind of creates that little hug around all the furniture stuff over there. The rug underneath this, the bed is a king size bed. The rug underneath it is an 8x10. Generally, you probably go with like a 9x12, but the way that our room is laid up, it could have gotten too close to the wall there, and I don't like when rugs are like touching. Then it would have kind of cut the space in half more, because the carpet would have been like one size, like the whole other size of the room. So we went by an 8x10. That's like the smallest you can possibly go with a king. Ideally a 9x12, but the orientation of your room is usually going to be like what helps you decide that. And that's why we went with 8x10. And then I have finally hung up some artwork on the wall. I still need to fill in some frames, and I want to put one more little cool frame right there. That's my Goodwill pile. This is a quilting thing that I'm working on that's just kind of tucked out of the way right now. These lights I love. I found them actually at a thrift store and just got a new lampshade for them. And our nightstands are going to be black and bigger, so they're going to come out to like here, which I think will just kind of fill in and fill out the scale of the bed and this room a bit better. And then I've been asked what these things are up on our walls. Those are speakers. Because people in the 2000s really like their like cool tech like that. I'm trying to convince Joel that we cover them up and we don't use them, because right now they aren't connected to anything and do anything, and they totally throw off my vibe, and they're off center and they drive me crazy. But we're still in negotiations. So then over here, dresser, we have a TV in our room. You guys, I haven't had a TV in my bedroom in forever. Like maybe since college. It's amazing, but also I probably watch too much TV now. But I thought, we're on a second level, baby room's over there. Like if I want to be in the living or in this room and the baby's sleeping in that room for some reason, because we'll probably do a lot of co-sleeping, like sidecar vibes, it would be nice to just be able to watch TV. And then rooms that have not changed since the walkthrough initially, like this one literally hasn't changed. All the popcorn ceiling's still up here. We decided not to do it in here because eventually this is going to get a full gut job to just make it a more modern, like ensuite bath, functional, everything. For how big it is, it feels very, very small and cramped because everything happens right here. Everybody wants to stand right here. And then over here we have the like main closet, which these are all the rackings that's in like all the closets, and I just absolutely hate them. They're eventually, I don't want to do anything now because we might eat room from the closet in a way, or like reorient this whole space, because this is all one big thing, the bathroom and closet, but they have two different entries. Anyways, I don't want to drop a bunch of money into creating a nice closet if it has to get ripped out, so I'm dealing with the wire racking for now. And then we have another closet over here, which is where Joel's stuff is. All right. Has it been an hour yet? So that was a very long-winded tour of our house and what we've done.